Our special guest.
Yeah.
Spoilt it.
Well,
Never mind.
Well, that didn't take long.
Here we are. Welcome to Fab Live.
Hello.
Our Christmas edition. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just so excited because it's Christmas.
Yeah,
I can tell it's Christmas because look, we've got a fantastically perky star on the top of our tree.
Yeah, nice twinkling star.
So I hope you're going to join us. That's the camera there. That's where I must look, isn't it? Up
No,
there.
it's here.
Oh, it's there. Welcome to Fab Live for our Christmas edition. I can see lots of you commenting already. Hello, says Joanna. Evening all. I'll be watching on Facebook and YouTube, says Starbuck Productions. Railway Channel. Okay, fine. Hello, Merry Christmas, says Rebecca Andrews. Hello, says Robert Cassidy. Everyone's joining us already and I'm dropping my
You're
script.
dropping everything over the floor.
Anyway.
If you haven't already noticed, because I gave it away at the start,
Yes.
we have been joined by some extremely special guests for our Christmas edition of Fab Live. Here they are,
Hello.
Hey.
Now, please introduce yourselves.
loudly.
Hi, I'm Terry Adam Loudly.
Yes.
I'm Lee Sullivan Loudly.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Alex Bell Loudly.
Ah,
Hey.
there we are.
Aren't we lucky to be joined by them this evening?
Our very own QI Elf, our Christmas Elf, has joined us tonight. Isn't it nice? There's Alex
Thanks,
Bell.
Alex.
Yeah.
to be here.
Lee Sullivan, of course, artist extraordinaire. Will be doing some. Well, he'll be working for his living a little later on,
This
won't
is
you?
news to me, but
Yeah.
I'm
There you are.
looking forward to it.
Terry Adlam, of course, our Terrorhawks and Dick Spanner scribe and creator, and Jokesmith.
Apparently.
Yes, will be providing us with some excellent gags this evening. Chris Dale is here.
Hello. It's
Imagine
not
that.
as impressive as that. But,
Come on.
oh,
The legend that is Chris Dale is joining us. And you are?
I am the vision mixer for
Now,
the evening.
at this point, Jamie, you normally give us a little lower third with our names on.
I've
don't
still
you?
got the lower third.
But I bet you haven't got Chris Dale on it, have you?
No, but give me a bit of paper quickly, and I'll.
Well, I haven't got any blank paper.
had all year to
Can you
plan
give me a
all
bit of paper, please? Thanks very much.
Right, Melissa says straight
tab
away,
one,
Chris. Melissa says she's very jealous of your jumper.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, James Pilson Wood says, nice haircut, Richard.
Oh, thanks. Well, that's very kind of you to say. So we have Aidan Birkenbach says, Jamie and Richard, do you have an elf on the shelf? Yes, he's just over there, actually. Yeah, just slightly off shot there. Thomas Hordle, I think, is watching from Pinewood Studios in London.
Yes, you mentioned that on Facebook as well.
Great. Well, we're getting Facebook here as well.
Yeah,
Jamie.
we've got Facebook now.
So we'll, yeah,
Brilliant.
read them off there.
Right, so I've got the lower third now.
Okay, so here we are. Here's
So-
who we are.
Oh, I say that, but it's not actually.
I mean,
it's
nothing changes.
Hang on. It's our usual technical faux pas at the start of the show. Yes, here we are,
I'd like to make way for the bigger one.
and Chris Dale.
Oh. Chris
Great.
Dace.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Not the best handwriting, all right.
No, here we are. Nice to meet you. I'm Aidan, says Aidan. Richard, I've started on The Head in the Ice. Really enjoying it so far. Great. That's my book, obviously, that he's talking about there. Which
Which is
nice.
already plugging his book.
No, he plugged my book, wasn't he?
Yeah, okay. Now look, I need to set Lee Sullivan on a mission.
Great.
Are you ready for the mission?
I'm ready and
Should
willing.
you choose to accept
He
it?
has no choice.
Yeah. Okay. So, right there we go. There's Lee, and I'm going to walk from the. No, stay there.
Oh,
I'm going
no,
to walk
I
from
was-
the desk.
I was leaning forward in anticipation.
And, see, this is a Parker from Tobar. Lovely wooden figure with a lovely likeness. Looks just like Parker.
In a certain light.
And Lee's challenge this evening is to turn this into a work of art using only his genius and some Sharpies. So there you go.
Right, great. Okay. Where are the Sharpies? You've got the pens there, Lee.
Yeah, he's got.
Great.
He should have them. So that's Lee's mission. Should he choose to accept it or not? It's happening either way.
Nick
Scott.
McCarty says the top of the tree is bent.
Yes.
Ha. It's a detail. Scott Bickley says, Chris, is there Big Rat Bites tonight? It's my favourite segment.
Sorry, Scott.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm
Yes.
here. It's only the, I think, third time I've been on one of these.
Quite possibly.
Leicester earlier this year, and then last
Yes.
Christmas.
The Christmas
as well.
special.
The
Yeah.
Christmas special.
Burst into song then.
Yes.
Well, that's for finales.
Yes, great. Well, I suppose you ought to let people know why we're here and what we're going to do for the next hour and a bit.
That'd be nice.
Anyone got any ideas?
Oh no.
Yeah. So we've got some Gerry Anderson news.
Of course.
Where we cover sort of the latest happenings from around the Gerry Anderson universe,
Yep.
and then there's some viewer emails,
Yes.
things that you have sent in to us.
At FabLive at jerryanderson.co.uk.
Yeah, and if you haven't already sent it, it's too late.
Yeah. It's true.
But
'Cause
thank
we're here
you.
now.
Yeah, but we've got loads and loads of emails.
Yeah.
Richard's got some games.
You say that. I've got the best games ever if you're a Gerry Anderson fan.
Yeah. Being
Blankety Blank,
and
Super Magnification,
there's three, aren't there?
Fab or Fib.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Keep
you-
up.
You've got all those to look forward to. And I will be giving away some Christmas presents throughout. If you are commenting and saying something nice or interesting.
Nice.
Something quite interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, quite
Sorry.
interesting, yeah.
Then we'll be giving away some prizes, including some Century 21 postcards and other bits and pieces. We've also got the last Terrorhawks poster.
Ooh.
That was printed, and there will be no more Eric Tube Terrorhawks posters. If you're a Terrorhawks fan, you might want to say something nice at some point in order to get one of those.
Yeah,
Very
great.
nice.
And otherwise, we'll just be cutting back and forth to our wonderful guests who look so thrilled to be here.
Yes. Now I have to say, keep that picture there because all three of them over there have been guests on our podcast.
They have all been on the Gerry Anderson
See what this is?
podcast.
It's my Christmas list.
It's a Christmas list.
Oh.
Right, let's cut away from Terry now before he tries another joke. Yes, Trevor Rand, the sound is out of sync. You'll just have to deal with that.
Sure.
Sorry.
What can we do?
So do you want to go into Gerry Anderson news sort of straight away?
Yes. Let's have some news.
Just bear in mind we're going to have some technical issues because I've forgotten to put the cameras in the right order.
Great.
See you on the other side of the titles. It's working!
Hooray!
Well, yes.
That's a nice surprise.
Imagine we've only been doing it for 2 years.
Finally.
It's more than it's nearly 3, isn't it?
Is it?
Anyway, yes, Chris very sensibly reminded me.
You may have noticed there's a slightly different location this month.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Where are we, though?
Well, we are coming to you live from the QI offices in Covent Garden.
Yes, that's true.
And that's all thanks to that bloke in the middle.
There he is.
Yeah, I own this building.
Yeah, yes. The land baron, Alex Bell.
Now, actually, while we're on, Alex, can you tell us, Alex, something fascinating you've been up to today in your job as one of the QI elves?
Ooh, well, we've been writing Series R scripts for the new
Yes.
series, and we're doing the Christmas show actually, which is kind of
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. The Santa in Canada has his own like postcode for sending if like kids want to send letters to Santa in Canada, and it's H0H0H0. How cool is that?
Nice.
Wow. That is nice.
Wow. We're going to have to work hard to
to beat that.
outdo Alex.
Right. Should we say goodnight now then?
Yeah, we might as well just end the
Bye,
whole thing.
everybody.
Us
Great.
and everybody else out of misery.
Good.
Okay, so it's news time. You know we're at the QI offices in Covent Garden.
Yes.
So that's one bit of news down.
It's lovely.
Yes, it is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a bit more to
Thanks,
come.
Sandy. 2 sugars.
Does she ever come in and make...
She always comes in and makes the tea. She always insists on making the tea.
There you
Yeah.
go. You see.
Amazing, there's another
Yes.
QI
Another
fact
fab
there.
fact.
Yes, thank you. So you may have noticed that there's this big Black Friday sale going on.
Apparently so,
Yes,
yes.
I'm sorry to talk about it because, I mean, I'm sick of hearing about it, to be honest. But
Well, there's not much long left now, is there?
No, Black Friday runs until the end of tonight, which is Cyber Monday, confusingly, bringing us to the end of our Captain Black Friday weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a catchy name, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It rolls
so-
off the tongue.
Yes, thank you. So if you haven't already seen, there is a battle going on between Spectrum and the Mysterons, and the loser will be eliminated. When I say eliminated, I mean there won't be any more of those designs.
Right.
So you can pick your side, either the Mysterons or Spectrum. You can choose Captain Black or Captain Scarlet. It's up to you. Or both, if you're feeling a bit Switzerlandy.
Right.
You know, sitting in the middle. No, not
I say
choosing, not
neutral,
choosing a
you
side,
Might-
neutral.
Might be the yodel.
No, please,
yodeling.
Terry, no yodeling at all.
I'd like you to go.
So, please no. So, you just pop along to the Gerry Anderson store. There's a Black Friday link in the top menu, and you can grab a Captain Black and/or a Captain Scarlet T-shirt.
Yeah, but Robert Monk says, Lee, I'm still waiting for the Torchy the Battery Boy T-shirt.
the
Butchery
Butchery
Boy
Boy.
T-shirt.
Well,
Now, what's
we're
this
all
about?
waiting For that. I mean, I've heard terrible news only today that due to circumstances beyond Jamie's control, Halloween is taking place next year.
Right.
Yes, there will be a Halloween next year.
Right, definitely.
Yes, Lee has done a wonderful Porky the Butchery Boy illustration, which is terrifying and lovely in equal measure.
And this was inspired by one of the drawings from Fab Worlds in Leicester, wasn't it?
It was.
Which some lucky person took home with them. Who was
Yes,
that?
someone did. I can't remember.
Yeah, somebody came and claimed that.
That's right, it is, yes. You say
Probably-
lucky.
Well, they probably got it hanging pride of place in their home.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly. So yes, that does exist. Lee's done a marvellous job, but because we were a bit busy and I sort of forgot it a bit before Halloween, you'll have to wait until next Halloween to get hold of that.
It'd be worth
Simon
it,
It
Jeffries.
will be worth it.
Simon Jeffries on YouTube says, I hope I haven't missed anything. I mean,
No.
not really.
No.
well, except for that thing that we can't.
Oh, we can't repeat that again.
Can't do that
No.
again.
Come
Sorry.
back in an hour later and
Yeah.
it'll be the same.
Yeah.
So right now, there are our special guests, Terry Adlam, Alex Bell and Lee Sullivan. And Lee is currently graffitiing a Parker toy, which we will
Always expensive.
possibly give away, depending on how rude his amendments are, to a lucky viewer at some point this evening. So stay tuned
Yes,
for that.
stay tuned.
So here we are. Have you seen the special guests now? Everyone happy?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. So what else have we got here from Black Friday stuff? There is also out now a lovely Space 1999 calendar.
Oh, look at that.
Can you do it again but sound actually enthused?
Yay!
That's slightly better. So that is available and will be with you in time for 2020, thankfully. 2020 is also a special year for Terrorhawks. So there is a Terrorhawks calendar,
Oh, yes.
extremely limited in numbers.
Yes.
Also available to pre-order now if you want to grab
Now
that.
tell us why 2020 is an especially important event for Terrorhawks. What's coming this year?
Zelda's invading! Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
So Zelda from Terrorhawks, well, not from Terrorhawks, Zelda who hates the Terrorhawks invaded in the year 2020, which is why it's a very special year. And on the 10th of October, it will be 10/10/2020, which will be Terrorhawks Day 2020.
Yeah.
So, and that's marked off in the calendar, so you can look forward to counting down the days.
A friend of mine
To
got
Terror
caught
Box.
stealing calendars.
Sorry, Terry, what was that?
A friend of mine got caught stealing calendars.
Yes.
Got 12 months.
I think he told that one last year or the year before.
If it was good enough for last year, it's good enough for this year.
This really feels like Christmas.
That sort of slight anticlimactic, disappointing sort of feel.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
And we're only 12 minutes in.
Yeah, it's that feeling where you've been here 10 minutes and then you already want to leave. That's what makes it feel like Christmas.
Oh, Ross Patterson said, sad that the dogs aren't here today.
Well, there is that.
That's a shame.
They weren't allowed to come to the cure
no.
offices, so...
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Dad jokes ahoy. So there are also some woolly hats to keep your heads warm. It's particularly important for people like me and Lee Sullivan, who are lacking in inbuilt insulation.
Did someone say hat?
Yeah, woolly hats, Unk, that you can get featuring the WASP logo,
Oh, yes.
Moonbase Alpha, Shadow, International Rescue, or Spectrum. So...
Well, you should have
Grab those.
Thunderbird Baubles and Thunderbird 5 as the star, says Andy Jacklin. Well, you know, everyone's a critic, aren't they?
but we almost didn't have a tree at all.
No.
This was a very last-minute addition
It's true.
to our amazing set.
which otherwise would have been a blank wall. So what else have we got here? This is where I should have probably done some preparation.
That's often useful.
Uh,
Oh, look.
Yes, now these two, did any of you see the Thunderbirds FAB stage show?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, all right, I know you did. In the 1980s and 90s. Richard was in it, would you believe? Although, strangely,
believe?
not for very long, only for a few performances before he was sacked. But if you want to learn about the Thunderbirds stage show, how it came to be, the story behind it, then you should pop back and listen to our most recent podcast episodes, Pod 75 and 6.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Where Richard did an interview with Gavin Robertson, who was one of the leads behind creating that show.
Yes, it's true.
And our episode out today was Christine Glanville, a lovely archive interview from 1991 with her. She was one of the lead puppeteers and sculptors on Thunderbirds and Skull. In fact, she started on Twizzle, went all the way through till Space Precinct and beyond.
Yeah.
So a really fascinating lady and definitely worth a listen.
And just going back to Gavin, if you're a big Bond fan, go and see his one-man show, Bond. It is fantastic. I've seen it.
Great. Yes.
Great.
Bond, an unauthorised
Yeah,
parody.
Very
Yes.
funny as well.
Martin Smith says, nice jumper, Richard, but when are we going to get ours?
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, good point.
Martin, very soon. They are due to arrive any minute now. In fact, they may have arrived in today, and I just haven't seen any message from Tim yet. So they'll be coming out to you this week.
Yep.
This is the prototype. Richard hasn't got like a special version ahead of time, but they are rather lovely. And if you didn't order one, then sorry, they're all gone.
Yeah, great.
But,
Very nice.
but they are lovely.
Can you ask Alex Bell what is his favourite Gerry Anderson show? Says Ashley Bell. Probably no relation. Alex, what's your favourite Gerry Anderson show?
Plants in the audience.
Yeah.
No, my favourite one is Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds.
Yeah, I grew up on Thunderbirds, closely followed by Captain Scarlet.
Okay.
I think, and then probably Stingray.
Do you have a first memory
a first memory?
Yes.
Is it of Thunderbird?
Yes.
Or-
No, I don't mean generally.
We want to know everything.
Okay, well, yeah. I think my first memory was possibly the episode with when they're moving the Empire State Building.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that really vividly because and I always get it confused with the one where they're moving the massive missile across the bridge because it has some quite similar plot points. But I just was amazed. It was amazing when they were moving the whole Empire State Building.
Great.
Driving it on the road.
Swagger.
That's
Yeah.
my first memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, an excellent choice.
Lauren Gradwell says, "Hello, I made it."
Hey!
Hi, Lauren.
Well,
Welcome.
Lauren, in that case, you may not know that we're being joined left to right by Terry Adlam, Alex Bell, and Lee Sullivan.
There they are.
There they are. And Lee is working on a very exciting project that one of you might win, although you must feel free to reject it if it's not to your taste.
It's,
Also, lots of people are asking Jamie,
well, I can't say it out loud.
Where's the
Give
hat?
it away.
The Thunderbird 5 hat will be released on the same day that the jumpers are shipped out to you.
Okay.
That's all we can say.
Okay, good.
There you go. Also, if you want to pop along to the website, there are a load of A21 articles written by our roving reporter, Andy Clems. Richard, would you stop making all that noise, please?
Sorry, I'm just trying to pick up my...
Oh dear, oh dear. So, yes, if you want to relive some TV21 style stories, then that's the place to go for you.
Great. Jen Whitby simply says, Wayne Forrester.
He was also in Thunderbird's FAB.
Okay,
Is that the link?
maybe.
That's in response to somebody, mentioning that.
Oh, I see they're talking amongst
Maria
themselves.
Gray. Yeah, they're not interested in what
Yes,
we're doing.
We've
no.
lost them.
Carry on.
Oh,
Carry
no.
on.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, look, to be honest, that's about it. I just want to say that if you want to grab anything from the Captain Black Friday weekend sale, then you have got about 5 and a bit hours left to do that. No, 4 and a bit hours left to do that. God,
yeah.
it's ticking down fast, isn't it?
23.59.
Yes, it's ending tonight at midnight, and lots of you have been taking advantage of some rather marvellous deals.
Robert Monk says, love you, Terry.
Love you, Robert.
Patrick Collins says, is it true ITV have asked Richard to go on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here 2020? I mean, I cannot possibly comment. That's between me and my agent. I bet Lee Sullivan is helping with Fab or Fib, says Scott Bickleaky.
Yes, Lee's very busy right now, but he will be helping with Fab or Fib.
Working on vital stuff at the moment.
And also we're hoping we'll be cutting back to Alex Bell every now and again, who will provide us with yet more fascinating facts.
I'll do
Oh.
my best.
I look forward to that.
And Terry will be telling some rubbish gags from now and then.
Yes.
Of course.
Was hoping for one then, Terry, but never mind, we'll cut away from you. Have a think and see what you can come up with.
Rebecca Andrews, I think, is referring to Fab Live when she says it's really good, isn't it? Edge of your seat stuff.
Oh.
I mean, yes,
Yes.
it is really, isn't
Pretty
it?
exciting, yeah.
There's Terry on the edge of his seat.
There's
my
Terry
seat.
bringing the gags again.
I can certainly feel the edge of my seat.
I think it's probably time that we played a game
Oh,
Let's have a game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
I'll
away.
give you boots off.
from all this nonsense.
What are we going to play? What about... Yes, okay, and then some emails, perhaps. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
All right,
So-
what's coming up?
First game this evening
Yes.
is Super Magnification.
Oh, it's the easy one.
He says.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, I'm trying to play it.
I mean, I spent all day on that, so you've got to show it.
Every
That was
expense spared.
Really worth the wait. Peter Dernan wants more jokes from Terry, but he seems to be in the minority there. So, yes, don't worry, Terry. There will be plenty of opportunity during Super Magnification, probably.
Yes.
It's Christmas. Rubbish jokes are permitted, according to Simon Jeffries.
Thank you, Simon.
So, Richard, would you like to explain Super Magnification to our lovely viewers?
Well, I mean, it's quite easy, isn't it? I show you a close-up still from a Gerry Anderson show, and you have to guess what show it's from and kind of what the picture is, really. So I think we've had
Anything at all.
anything at all. We've had a mole on Gabrielle Drake's face. We've had the dog from torching
Yes,
behind
behind a little
a
bottle.
jar.
We've had Lee Sullivan eating a melon.
We have.
I still lose sleep over that one.
Yes, exactly.
Us too.
So here is this month's still picture from Super Magnification. What is this? Right. Do feel free to come and have a look at this if you want, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So
Well,
here
I
we
will have
have.
to keep flicking back and forth though, because otherwise they'll think that it's the streamer's broken.
Go on then. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So
You see they're looking.
Yes.
That's the close up. Can you work out what it could be?
no.
No.
No ideas from Terry. Alex, any clues? No, you'd stop watching
I
by the
would
time
say
this
it
series
was
was on. I think.
something underwater.
Something underwater.
Interesting guess.
Can this be from any series?
Could be any of them, Alex.
Okay.
I was going to guess that it might be the Northern Lights from New Captain Scarlet.
Ooh.
Does look a bit like the Northern
Maybe
Lights.
Something in the sky.
Interesting.
You're right.
YouTube not working properly, says James Fielding. Well, that's
Okay.
bad news. If you are watching on YouTube and struggling to hear us, then pop over to Facebook or Periscope or Twitch.
Yes.
Because I think we're on all those as well.
Yes. But any ideas what this still might be from? Otherwise, I would have to tell you.
Yeah, not yet. Although,
Can you give us a clue?
my cat's dead. I think we should read that comment, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, my cat's dead. Well, yeah. Now, my cat's dead was the guy who commented on YouTube that not everybody is on Facebook.
Yes.
And why don't I ever read out comments from YouTube? Well, I'll tell you why I don't read out comments from YouTube, because he's just written, "Who is the boring guy?" so maybe that's why I don't read your comments quite so much. We try and keep things nice and friendly here, don't we, as a rule?
Is his name Mike Atstead or My Cat's Dead?
His cat's dead, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Fireflash, says Anthony Smith. So, I mean, that's a good guess, but I'm afraid to say it's not right.
Yeah, I'm just going to reload the chat and then we can.
Okay, let's have a
give them
final
one
look
more
at the picture.
This is the thing you need to see. We can't see any of the.
Can't see your
chat
comments
stuff.
at the moment. Shall we reveal what the picture is from, Jamie?
Well, just give me 1 minute in case we can actually see the chat. At
We
some
have got a
point.
curry waiting, remember?
Oh, yes. This
Yeah,
is
we can't do this forever.
Paching.
Yeah, here we go. There we go.
The Mole, says Chris Bate.
Brogan's uniform sleeve, says Paul Guest.
From Space Precinct. I mean, yeah, you're half right.
That's.
I'll give you a massive clue. It is from Space Precinct. Charlotte Serple says,
Lauren Gradwell has no idea. Anthony Smith thinks it's Stingray. Shelley Burton says 0x.
Yeah.
Is
Danny-
it a picture of something really close up?
Yes, exactly, Terry. Terry's got it now.
That's what we're playing.
That's
yeah.
why it's called super magnification.
Well,
you. That's
well
what I'm
done,
here.
Terry. Well
Spectrum
done.
Hovercraft, says James. Something from Stingray, says Robert. Dr. Agon's Mammoth Engine Machine, says, a very long name on YouTube. Chris Dale, 'tis a good one, especially when he does the randomizer.
Well, thank you,
That's
Gary
true,
Hodgkin.
that's true.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
it a person or a machine?
It's
Is
neither
it,
of those
Is it
things.
snow? Is it green snow?
No, come
Oh.
on, let's put them out of their misery, come on.
Okay, are you ready for the grand reveal?
Oh, this will be good.
It's not.
It's
nice.
Moister's nose from the Space Precinct episode, Protect and Survive.
I'll repeat the
Wow.
reveal.
Yeah.
Here we
in
go.
case you missed it the first time. There you go.
Of course, Alex won't know that because he probably stopped watching by then, hadn't he?
Oh, Terry wants to see it as well now.
Oh, it looks like you three.
There you go, Terry. It's that. Okay, it's Moister from Space Precinct. I'll stop repeating it now. I think everybody's got the message.
All right.
It's Rob Thurtle, wasn't it? Playing.
It was Rob
Moister?
Thurtle.
Yeah.
That's right. In a John Glenn directed story. Yeah. Great. I've worked with them all, you know.
Oh, the greats.
Stuart VS3011 has done a scary rabbit face.
Andrew Clements says, I got it.
That was hard, says Mr. Smith.
Gary says, I got it right. Yeah.
This must have been when the comments were down and we couldn't see any.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, and Robert Monk says, that was not a good one.
Oh, because it was a nose,
Nice
you see.
one.
And Terry notes it down in his little book.
Yeah, straight in Terry's little black book.
Great. Well, I don't know about you, but that was one of the best
That
games of
was
super
thrilling.
magnification I've had in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely worthwhile.
Exactly.
Don't worry, viewers, it gets slightly better from here.
I mean,
Well, we've still got an hour to fill.
If you're enjoying this this stream, then please do share it. We haven't told them to do that.
No.
How do they share it, Richard?
well, whatever you're listening to, watching us on, you'll find probably a little share button just underneath the window there.
Yep.
If you just click on that, and you can share it to your Facebook feed and your Twitter timeline and your Periscope stream and your Twitch Armageddon
Very
grapefruit,
technical.
and everyone will see us there, and they might enjoy
They
it too.
might watch it.
Yeah, they might do. Yeah. I remembered Space Precinct when it aired on Dallas, Fort Worth's KDFW channel, just months before it became a Fox station after 44 years as a CBS affiliate. Well, that's amazing. That's the kind of detail we're here for.
That's the kind of interesting research that Alex Bell loves.
Absolutely.
And maybe it will make it into Series R of QI.
Yeah.
I've made a mental note.
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so.
Great.
Mayday 51 nostalgia for everyone. Shall I say hello to the special guests? Yes, do it. There they
Yep,
are.
there they are.
They're
Come on,
waiting
wake
for
up,
your-
everybody. That's it. There they are. There they are.
Never eat baubles off the Christmas tree. I
What?
did it once and got tinselitis.
We'll
Tinselitis.
charge you for those.
Yeah.
Right. I think we should go to viewer emails. It's probably best that.
Oh, your emails, right?
Oh, yes.
I've got to open my folder.
Oh, that's a big
I've
job.
got a Christmas folder this time.
Yeah, I mean, switch over to the next thing. So Richard has been reading through your Fab Live emails with interest.
Right.
Haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, of course I have.
So thank you very much to all of you who've written in. Now, we aren't having a Fab Live in January, but we're back in February 2020,
Yes,
aren't we?
we are.
I don't know the exact date. We'll
Nah.
work it out. And you've got months, well, 2 of them,
Yep.
until the next one. So email us in fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk, and we will try to answer your questions, show your photos, and read the things you've said.
Yes, exactly. Like, for example, Michael Horgan, who got in touch to say, "Hi, Jamie, Richard and Chris. Hope you're all well and enjoying preparing for Christmas. Thought I'd pop an email over to share some photos I took whilst visiting a model shop on a recent trip to Blackpool for the day, in which I came across quite a few Gerry Anderson treasures. This is definitely a must-see for all fellow podsterons, that's our podcast listeners, who may visit in future, along with rare Anderson merch. There was also many Doctor Who and other classic sci-fi items that were great to see. Also, I had some time the other day after some editing to put together a photo for you guys to use over the Christmas season that I have attached. And here it is from Michael Horgan.
Well, which bit do you want to see? Do you want to see the collectibles? I've got a couple of those.
Yeah, go on then.
So there's a nice collection there. Now, that blue Thunderbird one on the left, was that a Rosenthal one, or was it something else? I'm sure I had one of those.
Right.
And the 3 as well. There's all generations of Thunderbirds toys there, including Tracy Island, the vivid one from the 90s, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And also, Richard, would you rattle your papers a bit more quietly, please?
Sorry,
It's very noisy. Some
Oh.
nice dinky cars there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Straker's car,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And Fab 1, Dinky
Yeah.
Fab 1, SPV, all lovely toys. And the special image that Michael put together for us that I don't think Chris has seen yet is this.
Ah.
And
That's lovely.
there we are in the background.
And
Oh,
do you know what my
yes!
favourite part of that is?
What?
Is little Joe on top of the
Oh, and the fireplace.
fireplace there.
Oh, I hadn't
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah,
Little
your
Joe.
favourite.
That is terrifying. Thank you very much, Michael.
That's lovely, Michael. Thank you for that. That's great. Now, look, Jamie, look how small that you printed this off.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yes. Yeah.
So this is... read yours first.
I'll
Chris,
read
you've
mine
got one
first.
there, haven't you?
Yes, this is from Roger Woolley.
You'll have to show that.
Merry Christmas, Richard, Jamie, and Chris, and all Fab Live viewers. Thanks to the wonderful Rebecca, aka Scott Tracy, we had the answer to that 50-year-old question: why do the aliens in UFO think red is a good camouflage colour? They must have been monitoring the Earth over the festive season. See attached photos for your amusement. My UFO alien will be attending as many shows as possible in 2020 to celebrate 50 years of UFO. FAB, Roger.
So the photos, Jamie.
Yeah, yeah.
I can tell by your expression.
Yeah,
that
those photos don't seem to be in there for some
Oh,
reason.
you printed them out, but
They're a bit small.
They
too,
are a
aren't
bit small.
But you can try. Go on. See if the camera will pick them up. Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. That's perfect. That's high tech.
that's yeah.
High
Great.
tech stuff.
Thank you.
Chris says, hello, I thought you would like to see this photo. I hope you will consider it for the next Fab Live. It was taken at the Birmingham MCM Comic Con yesterday, where Captain Scarlet, brackets Chris Daniels, joined forces. I'm doing very well. Look how small it is.
Very
Look.
Tiny.
Joined forces with the blue Wind Ranger, Maria Gray. The Mysterons didn't stand a chance against these 2 iconic characters. The good captain was very popular with the masses. I had my first photo request on the bus en route to the show. Look at that.
Wow. Nice.
Excellent.
Let's have a reaction shot from the guys,
lovely.
our guests.
Oh, hang on.
There, what do you think of that?
Very good.
Isn't that
Excellent.
lovely? Great picture. Thank you for that, Chris.
Well, he's on a stand. He's standing
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love like the random popularity of Thunderbird costumes that have like arisen in stag parties. Like that's the main context you see them now in public. It's just like
Well-
8 incredibly drunk men on a train somewhere dressed as Thunderbirds.
You're right that the male contingent for Thunderbirds cosplaying. Actually, we've got quite a few cosplayers who do a really smart job. Have you got Lady Penelope's email?
Possibly. I've got a whole sheaf of them here, so I don't know.
Yeah, that
Also,
one.
that's the first time I said sheaf on Fab Live.
Have that one.
Right. Hello, Jamie and Richard. I hope you're both keeping well. Actually,
Yes,
my
thank you.
neck's a bit... Oh. At MCM Birmingham in November, I debuted my live-action movie version of Lady Penelope and thought I'd share with you the special photo I got done of her. Thanks to Dr. Bell's magical mirrorless picture box, Chris. I loved every minute of cosplaying her, even though the pink stilettos were killing my feet by the afternoon. Lady P received a lot of attention and recognition throughout the day, like with the classic version of the character I also cosplay, but this was extra special as this year is the 15th anniversary of the movie.
Yay.
Whilst it divides the fandom, the live-action movie will always have a special place in my heart. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The film, for its sins, got a lot of things right, especially the casting, and I think we can all agree here,
Yes,
of
definitely.
Sophia Myles and Ron Cook as Lady Penelope and Parker. The downside is whenever I decide to cosplay Lady Penelope in the future, I'll be torn between my classic take on Lady P and the live-action version. Cosplay Problems 101. Thanks, guys, and take care. Lots of love. Oh, it doesn't say that. It says regards. Lots of love to Richard. Regards to Jamie. That's from Maria Gray.
And there she is.
That is a great picture.
Isn't that awesome?
Now, didn't she tweet that? And didn't Sophia Myles actually respond to that as well?
Well,
Yeah.
cool. I should think. Look, they're all coming to have a look now. Come on then, Lee. Come and see this lovely
Can't
picture.
resist.
Yeah, there you go. Isn't it impressive?
That's very good.
Oh wow, yes.
Yeah.
Lee is looking over, but you can't see him because he's out of shot.
Oh.
Oh no!
Hello, viewers.
Oh.
I'm looking
Well-
at Lady Penelope now.
Yes, thank you.
Lovely.
Yeah, yeah. No, so
Great.
Sophia Myles herself responded and said how brilliant that was.
Quite right too. Mark Cup says, "Hi Jamie, will you be releasing an official soundtrack for Terrorhawks?"
That's a good idea. I mean, 2020 is next year, and that's the Terrorhawks year, so sounds like a good time to do it, doesn't it?
Ross Patterson says, "Chris Dale, where did the inspiration for Big Rat Bites come from?"
It was so long ago, I honestly don't remember.
Right.
Other than just doing something, and I want to push Joe as much as possible because I think it's a really underrated show that certain people around this table don't appreciate like they should.
Who could that be? Who could you mean?
I was just thinking
Yeah.
you could make a great Joe 90 like bauble if you want to merchandise.
Yes.
Joe and his little
Yes.
thing. Like, this is like
Next
the cherry
Christmas.
chocolate orange, really, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's very Christmas.
Yes.
If you want a Joe 90 Bauble viewers, then you probably want to go somewhere else. No, it would be
I'll
lovely.
give it a
I'd love to see some Anderson Christmas decorations at some point. In
Yes.
fact, somebody last year sent us some pictures, didn't they? They'd made some, or just shoved
Did they?
some Matchbox toys in a tree.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
some,
they did. Yes.
Near enough.
Yes,
Some
but just a minute.
Zeroids as well.
Mark Simpson Wedge says there's already a Terrorhawks soundtrack.
Well, there
There
has
is-
been.
There has been one, but it's not currently available.
Okay. Ben Page says, "Have a safe flight to Michael Bancroft." I think we can all agree to that. can't we? Great. You've got another one there
I've
from
got
Roger,
another
I
one.
think.
This is from Roger Woolley again. Hi, Richard, Jamie, and Chris. Great
Hi.
day today with Ian. Attended the MCM at the NEC Birmingham today as Troy Tempest and Phones. Pleased to say we're recognised a lot and had lots of requests for photos. We even bumped into Scott Tracy, Jason, and a Lady Penelope. Unfortunately, we did not get a photo with her as it was quite busy when we met her. Anyway, a few photos from the day for your amusement, and I'd like to take the opportunity to wish you and all the Fab Live viewers a very Merry Christmas, and I'm sure Troy Tempest and Phones will return in 2020.
Amazing.
PWOR, Roger.
Lovely.
Nice.
Thanks,
and
Roger.
as usual, Chris, I failed to upload
Oh.
these pictures, so you're going to have to show them
Well,
on
there
the
were 4
badly-
were sent through, and I think we've only got
Oh,
2.
no,
or
there's
have you got
4 more. 2 more here.
Okay,
Some
right.
more.
So those are the
You're going
first
to get some really high definition visuals there. Look at that!
Pretty
That's
good.
terrible.
And we have 2 more.
We're well known for technical proficiency and
Are they
preparation
good?
on this.
You get such nice letters in.
Don't we?
Yeah.
With the QI letters, they're always just really angry fans.
Oh, we don't do
People
angry
about the show.
here.
Well, they're not angry, but they're just like,
Yeah.
because of the nature of
Terse.
the show, if we get something slightly wrong or there's like a bit of dispute over something, we'll
Yeah.
get a very long ranty email about it that we have to like address and go through and work out.
No, we're very lucky, aren't we?
Yes.
We have lots of positive, happy people.
Yes, absolutely. For example, hello all, Terry S here, belatedly reporting in from California. Special greetings and respects to my fellow Terry, Mr. Terry Adlam. Aren't
Hey.
we Terrys a rather nice bunch, he says.
We are brilliant.
Yeah?
We are brilliant.
Yeah, aren't you just? Not many of you around. Not since dear old Terry Wogan left us.
Oh no.
Oh, here it
Oh,
comes.
no.
Here it comes.
the old Wogan. I think it was worth the wait, wasn't
I
it?
think so, yeah.
A Christmas Terry Wogan impression. That's
We
all
got
I
it
can
out of the way.
I got it out of the way early.
Yeah.
Now, I've got one here from Ashley Bell who says, "Hi, Jamie and Richard and Chris, how are you? Last week I was watching the second episode of Space 1999 called Force of Life. And while I was watching it, I was thinking, what did Ian McShane think of Gerry Anderson? So, I have a question for Jamie. Did your dad have any say on guest appearances on the show, or was it because Thunderbirds was a huge hit and because of the Gerry Anderson name that some of the actors or actresses said, yeah, I'll do it? And one more thing before I go. I listen to the Gerry Anderson podcast every Monday, and they've always been good. I've enjoyed them all. But the best so far has got to be Ray Earl. Sorry, Alex. Sorry, Terry. Sorry, Lee. I thought she was fantastic. I enjoyed both episodes. That's all for now. Have a good Christmas, New Year. See you in February from Ashley Bell, Thunderbirds superfan in Sale in Manchester.
How did he know that we weren't doing a January Fab Live back then?
See you in February.
Yeah, because that's from November. He hadn't decided then.
How spooky.
Anyway, so
Impressive.
did your dad have any say?
Tapped into your email.
Did your dad have any say in the guest casting for things like Space 1999?
I think it would have been mixed probably. I'm sure that Lou and ITC would have said, we want some top names. We want Joan Collins. We want Brian Blessed 3 times.
Yes.
How many
And wasn't
times he was in.
Sylvia involved with a lot of the sort of lower tier guest casting as
Yeah,
well?
absolutely.
You're talking
Lower
about me.
tier.
Yeah.
Right.
In Space
No,
1999.
No, but if you were.
Half the time.
But of course, sometimes he would meet somebody and think, I have to work with you. You have to be in my show.
Or we have to build a whole show around you.
Yeah, exactly.
Case
Prime
of
example.
Stanley Unwin.
For the Secret Service.
Yeah. How's Lee getting on with his Parker? I'm dying to see, says Joanna.
Do you want to give us a progress update?
Well, it's done.
It's
You've
done.
Oh, well, let's reveal that
you're
then.
quiet.
I'm a professional, you know.
Are you?
So would you like to
Yes.
explain?
What are you doing
In
here?
this business, of
Can you
course, but,
explain what you've done?
what I've done is I just thought, well, there's something about Parker's kind of beaky nose and so on, and it suggested to me that you could have, this could be like a Parker Spock cosplay crossover character. Will it show up on here?
Get nice and close. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh God, that's very
So
good.
it's like the real Parker cosplaying as Spock because
Well-
the character is a Star Trek fan.
I like to think it's Leonard Nimoy playing Parker, cosplaying as Spock.
So you could go to a
Logical.
Comic-Con as Leonard Nimoy. It's like Inception, but with cosplay.
Yeah, isn't it always? Yes, and there was the elf was actually saying that there was a bit of a problem here. This is a phaser. I'd like to point out it's a phaser. There's absolutely nothing going on here of a suggestive nature. I have actually.
Go on, pop them out of the box.
Oh no. Oh.
It's massively
so
reduced in
there you
value
go.
now.
He's actually got some pointed ears, as you can
Oh,
imagine.
nice.
And he's got his little trousers there.
Of course.
But a communicator. See,
Yeah.
so he can
Yeah.
flip up. Spock to Enterprise.
Nice.
See?
Well, I
Spock
mean,
to Enterprise.
the praise
That
is
is
just
brilliant.
the praise is literally dripping in. Fascinating,
Yeah.
interesting response. Love it. Well done, Lee. Brilliant.
Live long and prosper, milady, says Heather.
Yeah.
It's the wharf of crayon.
I've put a little. There's a little picture of Fab One there. I've added some text there, which I think is.
Tilt it a
Tilt it a touch, a bit more.
Just the lights flaring onto
Yeah,
the
we can
floor.
sort of get that
You've
possibly.
done a very good
Yeah,
Enterprise on the other side. That's very good.
Yeah. Look. So basically, folks, one of you out there is going to win Lee's Spock
I'm
Parker.
taking this home. Nobody said anything about
No.
winning.
They're very valuable.
Now.
David Nimoy or Leonard Graham, says
Yes,
Hugh
it's-
Morn. Ho ho ho. Get it?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
oh yeah.
The nose is too small, says Dalek 2150.
Well,
Everyone's a critic.
Absolutely. Anyway,
As I
look, one
was.
of you's going to win it. If you are a fan of Thunderbirds and Star Trek,
Yes.
then
Yeah, who isn't?
this is the
Yeah.
ideal present.
Yeah,
you're not doing QVC now.
That's great.
No,
You
it's-
can find all sorts of uses for this. We'll keep the door open at a push. Okay, so where would you like me to stick this?
just pass it here.
Well, we could
Thank you
do,
very
yeah.
much.
Great, excellent. So someone's going to win that, are they?
Wow.
Yes, so, and probably someone who guesses correctly on
Fab or Fib,
yeah.
or maybe on blankety blank. We'll see.
Okay.
So
all of
that's-
which is still to come.
Can you
So
believe
look
it? There's
forward
still
to
more
it.
stuff to come. Now, you've got an email.
I've got lots of emails. I've got one here from Matthew Alderman Harris. Hello, Jamie and Richard. I've been really enjoying the latest, and Chris, the latest episodes of the podcast, especially the interview with Gavin Robertson, which I did, of course.
Yeah.
So that's nice
Yeah,
that
well
he enjoyed
done.
it. so
Yeah.
much.
Again, you know, he loved that one. But what about Terry's and Alex's and Lee's? Eh?
Oh, sure. Well, quite.
Ouch.
Yeah. I think it would be great if someone could resurrect Thunderbirds FAB, the stage show, in the future. I think that would be great as well if I was in it.
Well, actually, I tell you what.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to do it, we've got the team right there.
Yeah.
with their athletic ability and their dance and mime.
That's right.
There you go. Terry doing his very best.
Yeah.
No, he says, following on from last month's Fab or Fib, in which the Fab was that Jerome Podley Willis spent his national service as a DJ, and that was true.
That was, yes.
I thought I would create a picture of MC Podley, which I've attached. And there he is.
Hey!
Giving it large behind the decks, I think they call it. There's DJ
on
Podley.
the decks.
On the decks.
Not behind the decks.
Well, he is behind the decks.
I know, but
But they say on the decks.
yeah, I
don't
think
they?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We're
That
so
is
down.
Down with the kids.
I thought you might be interested to hear about a discovery I made. I used to watch a TV series called Sonic X. And in episode 8 of series 1, there is a vehicle that looks very similar to Thunderbird 2. It even launches out of a cliff face.
You'll have to show that one.
Oh. And it carries a pod that can be dropped in mid-flight. There's also a scene where an aircraft is launching and the runway is lined with palm trees.
Oh.
When the aircraft starts to move along the runway, the palm trees even fall back. I've attached images of both. Look, so there is, if you look at that bottom picture, bear with me while I... Oh, crikey. How's that?
Up a bit.
There.
Up a bit.
Okay.
Oh.
That's it.
There's the erstwhile Thunderbird 2. Yes, looks startlingly familiar. And here we've got a picture at the top here.
Of the runway.
Ooh.
And the trees.
How interesting! I don't know that one at all. Great. So that's I've lost it now. I've lost the email.
Thanks, Matthew. We've lost the rest of your email,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It was made for high definition, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sonic X. I've never even heard of that. I also met someone wearing a Thunderbird 4 hoodie at a recent church event and recommended the Gerry Anderson podcast. We then started having a debate over whether Thunderbird 2 or Thunderbird 4 is the best Thunderbird. Right, let's have a camera on the gentleman. Which do you think is the best Thunderbird craft? Thunderbird 2 or Thunderbird 4? Terry?
2.
Alex?
4.
There you
2, because 4 is inside it.
Very good.
Mm.
And he's also attached a picture for me to use as super magnification.
Ah.
I want to clarify. I only said 4 for the case of fair debate. Obviously 2 is better.
Obviously 2 is
Nope. Excellent. Fine. Emma Nichols, Jamie, Richard, guests. I'd just like to say thank you for the drawings.
Chat amongst yourselves, James. It's fine. Yeah.
Thank you for the drawings from last month's Fab or Fib. They arrived safely, and to show that I have them framed, here are the pictures. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from Emma Nichols. Do you have these? Yes. Look at that.
Oh, brilliant.
I cannot believe that somebody has framed my artwork. But thank you, Emma. That's so sweet. But today, whoever gets picked on Fab or Fib will win Lee Sullivan's live drawings that you're going to do of today's Fabs or Fibs. Aren't you, Lee?
Yes, I am, Jamie.
Good. Glad you're playing along.
Almost
I'm
there.
listening to you and reacting in real time.
Chris.
This is from Lauren J. Gradwell. Hi, gents, podsterons, and surprise guests. Just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year 2020. I'm away from home the night of this special Fab Live, so we'll have to catch up another day. Hope you're having a fun time. I hope Fab or Fib is played tonight.
I mean,
I'm going to put in my guess now of Fib, Fib, Fab, Fib, Fib. Looking forward to the next Fab Live in the new year. FAB and SIG from Lauren J. Gradwell.
Thanks, Lauren.
I'm going to make a note of that.
yeah, we'll see, Lauren. We'll see.
Statistically, true or false questions are more likely to be true.
True or
No,
false?
it's true.
That is true. Isn't it? Statistically, true or false questions are more likely to be true. But you can't tell me because I have 5 facts coming up in a moment, one of which is true and the others aren't true.
So it might not be true like for specifically your quiz, but statistically they
Broadly
did lots of
speaking.
surveys of exams and things like that, and
Yeah.
they found that they're more likely to be true than false.
Great.
So it's a great first question for a true or false quiz. 'cause it
Yeah.
blows
It's got very
everyone's
deep all
minds.
of a sudden.
Yeah,
Except
great.
that that could be the first lie.
Exactly, that's the thing, true or false.
Yes. And finally, Podstron Steve obviously listens to the podcast. Hi, Jamie.
Wait. Lauren J. Gradwell,
Thanks for reading my email.
who wasn't going to be here tonight.
Lauren.
What was that about?
She cancelled her plans just so she could be here.
Quite
Chris.
right too. Steve says, hi Jamie, Richard, Chris and gentlemen. Just read an old article about Simon Archer coming to take an interview with your dad. He first interviewed Jamie, where you expressed admiration for Ed the Duck and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
When was this? A couple of weeks ago? I was wondering, do you still admire them and who was your favourite turtle?
So I still have my autograph from Ed the Duck.
Yeah.
That Simon got me.
Can you get him on the podcast? Yeah.
Was he mute, or did he make a little kind
Didn't he
of
make a
honking
squeaky
sound?
noise? Yeah.
I think I was going to do it then, but I'm not doing it. And Turtles, it was always Donatello, who I felt was quite similar in a lot of ways to Virgil in Thunderbirds.
No, he's green.
It was great.
Yes, they both wore purple bandanas. No, the Donatello was kind of, I don't know, the creative mind, although he was more sort of technology, wasn't he? But
vaguely.
Come on,
Yeah.
Turtles fans, someone back me up here. Donatello and Virgil are basically the same character. So there
My,
you go.
my favourite was the one named after me, Terrapin.
Terrapin. Merry Christmas, everyone.
We're halfway through now.
Tumbleweed, yeah, don't worry.
Very well, I can hear the air conditioner going.
Steve then goes to say, what children's shows did Richard, Jamie, Chris, and fellow guests watch whilst growing up? Chris, do you remember?
I think my first love would have been Thomas the Tank Engine. And similar.
Right.
I was a CBBC kid. I found a lot of people were either CBBC or ITV.
Yeah.
And although some of my favourites were ITV, I was a CBBC kid at heart.
Battle of the Planets for me.
Oh,
1
yes.
Rover 1 and 7 Zark 7.
Well, I was watching Doctor Who as a kid, wasn't I? Like a strange little boy. But
a Doctor
Captain
Who
Planet.
fan.
Do you remember Captain Planet?
Yes.
No.
He's a hero going to take pollution down to zero. Okay, let's
Great.
move on there.
Terry.
Well,
over to you, Jess.
when I was young, it was steam television. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I love cartoons. Tom and Jerry, the old Tom and Jerry's, the Fred Quimby ones. I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, what did you watch growing up?
Thomas Tank Engine, Paddington, like all of the stop motion ones. Posting
Yeah.
Pat, watching Fireman Sam. I have like a 2-year-old godson now, and I just like push him into all of the shows.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
what
I
I'm
can
trying to do
watch
as
them
well.
over his head and pretend that
And
I'm him.
Dick Spanner.
I did
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Space Precinct?
No, I didn't see much Space Precinct.
What?
I'm embarrassingly limited in my. I'm very, very like.
Can't
focused
understand
on-
it.
I was
Yeah.
obviously obsessed with Thunderbird. Used to watch that non-stop.
Lee, what did you used to watch growing up?
What? What did I used to watch growing up? It would be more or less in the order they came out. Twizzle, Torchy. I didn't see Four Feather Falls. Then straight into Supercar, Fireball XL5, Stingray.
Jerry Anderson all the way.
Just Gerry
It
Anderson.
was Doctor Who as well, but you can't.
Can't mention that here.
I don't want to
Not
interfere
used.
with the time stream there.
Rebecca Andrews says all three hosts have good taste.
I think that's
So-
I think that's a proven point.
Yeah.
I
What
think
about the
that's
guests,
true.
though?
Well, I don't know. There's nothing on them.
No, not guests. Yeah, yeah.
Guests questionable.
Trapdoor.
Trapdoor.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Who
Clangers.
did Trapdoor?
People are saying,
Who did the voice for Trapdoor?
who did the voice? It was Willie Rushton,
Yeah.
wasn't it? See?
I thought it was Terry Wogan.
I know. Really.
Oh no, it was Willie
That
Rushton.
was Stop It and Tidy Up.
What did you say there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Karen Watson says, Richard, happy Christmas.
Oh,
Thanks,
okay.
Karen.
Yay.
He-Man, Thundercats. I mean, there's some great choices coming up here.
Yeah, Thundercats was great.
Although, interestingly, not many of our viewers saying Gerry Anderson shows.
Well, we're talking other than Jerry
Oh,
Anderson.
oh,
I think
okay,
it's taken
just-
as read that we all
Yeah.
used to watch Jerry Anderson
Just
shows
for
growing up.
clarity.
Oh,
Otherwise,
so
we've been
just
wasting our
trash my
time
house.
for how many years.
I was trying to keep in with the whole theme, but
Yeah.
No, you did a very nice job.
You
Thank
get the
you.
arts and crafts shows like Art Attack and Blue Peter, where you get
Yes.
to make the Super Mario Nation puppets.
Vision on.
Yeah.
Button Moon says, hi guys, I almost forgot about Fab Live. Well, funny enough, so did we.
Which
Andrew
one?
Clements. Lee's clearly fibbing, obviously not old enough to remember those from the initial broadcasts.
you're lovely. Who is this?
Andrew Clements. Andrew Clements.
Andrew,
Huh?
I love you.
Oh,
much.
isn't that sweet?
Yeah. Great.
I'm
There we
going
are.
to check arrive, by the way.
And I think that concludes this month's emails.
No, you've skipped over one, which I actually got the photos for, so you're definitely going to show those. Andrew Jeffrey and his Thunderbird 1 and Fireflash models.
Starfleet said someone that's disappeared. We're
Yeah.
getting closer.
Terrorhawk says Mad Dragon. Good choice.
Yes.
Anyway,
Andrew Jeffrey.
read this last email, Richard. And then we'll
Hi,
move on.
Jamie, Richard, Chris, and Christmas guests. A couple of years ago, I took up model making, as a new hobby to try out. Specifically, Gerry Anderson-related model making and kit bashing, and attached are some photos from my old phone, so sorry for the bad quality. Well, that's all right, because we'll probably just hold it up to the camera anyway. So, he's got Fireflash and elevator cars from Trapped in the Sky, finished a couple of weeks ago.
Oh wow!
No, that's great.
They look like the actual models.
The focus on that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
A
Thunderbird
little cotton
2.
wool for the smoke on the wheels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thunderbird 2 on its launch ramp,
I
done
haven't
over
got- I
2
haven't got
days.
that one. I've got Thunderbird 1, though.
Thunderbird 1 on its trolley positioned just before launch.
There you go.
Still needs work, he says. Wasp Spearhead Bomber from Stingray.
No, I haven't got that either. I just got those two.
Okay. Earlier this year, I joined my local Scale Modelers Club and was invited to display a couple of models for our annual Model Expo. And I displayed both Thunderbird 1 and Thunderbird 2 with some success. The other blokes from the club were impressed with the work, as well as the couple of people who took interest. I tend to keep a lot of my work private or present it to relevant areas, Anderson-related Facebook groups and Scale Modelers Club, so this is a rare occasion getting this stuff out there. Anyway, I wish you all the best for 2020. Thanks from Andrew. Jeffrey, well, thank you for sharing them with us.
That's brilliant.
I think they deserve to be seen more widely. That's
Yeah.
That's very impressive stuff.
Yeah, they're great models.
Great.
I do actually have one extra thing, which
Yes.
is not in your list there.
Yes.
Andrew Mark Thompson. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Him of some very creative and entertaining pictures and such on social media.
Yes, he does all sorts of take-off parody imagery, which sometimes is mistaken for the real thing. I think
Yes.
he did a sapphire and steel ice lolly, which was mistaken for actually having existed.
Yeah, by Joanna Lumley herself, I think.
Yeah,
ended
there
up
you
in her tour brochure or
Yes, he
something.
did.
Yeah.
But he's also done this rather marvellous and quite timely poster for us based on the BBC's current War of the Worlds.
Oh, this will be good.
That's scary.
That's it.
And scarier than anything that H.G. Wells could possibly have dreamt up, it's actually Torchy, the battery boy that they're running from. So,
That's great.
Fantastic.
isn't it marvellous?
That's wonderful. That's a real heat ray for you.
That's great. Trivia question, says Andrew Joseph. Which Thunderbird pilot was in the TV Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
don't
I know this one.
Oh,
Do you?
I do.
Go on, then.
Chris does.
Yeah, this was Matt Zimmerman. Was one of the two policemen.
Oh,
Yes, who he wrote poetry or something. Yeah,
great.
So it was Alan Tracy. is the
Alan
brother.
Tracy.
There you go.
Button Moon says, did I miss much?
Nope.
No, not really. No.
Very little.
Yeah.
Should we play a game with them?
Yes,
Play a
which one
game.
now?
Probably blankety blank.
Right, okay, let's have the...
The titles.
Yeah.
Cue titles.
Appearing tonight on Virgil Tracy, Destiny Angel, Officer Orange, Atlanta Shore, Captain Scarlet, and Dr. Venus. And here are your hosts, Richard James and Jamie Anderson.
And Chris. Oh, I've got the wrong camera on.
Oh no!
Hello.
now, there's a message there from, I think that's Boat She Was 2. It says,
Boat shoes.
Boat Shoes 2.
D2.
Oh, D2. To Chris Dale, I enjoyed your recent primer broadcast on Supercar. I'm still learning new things.
Thank you.
What are the primers, Chris? Tell us a little bit
Well, the
about that.
primers are little 8 to 10 minute, although they seem to be getting slightly longer, little introductions to each Gerry Anderson series and one or two other projects. They're mostly done now. They're all available on the Gerry Anderson YouTube channel, but there are going to be a few more coming before the end of the year and possibly creeping into next year. Nearly done now, though.
Great.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, do have a look at those. They're really, really good fun. Right, it's time for Blankety Blank.
I'm just looking at all the comments.
Blankety Blank, Blankety Blank.
Literally singing along.
Of course they
Blankety
are.
blank.
Of course they are.
Thank you, everybody.
So this is the part of the show where I give you a random quote from a Gerry Anderson series, and it's up to you to fill in the blank, the missing word, and also tell me for extra special bonus points who said it, what the missing word is, and from what series. And if you can give me an episode title, all the better.
Yeah.
Why is this one stained? Just out of interest.
Because I dropped it on the floor and my shoes stuffed on it. So
Why
ignore-
is this stained?
Well, that's dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, are you ready for the first one? Are we all paying attention?
Yeah.
Chaps,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
right. Here is your first blankety blank. Nobody goes to blank in the summer. Nobody goes to blank in the summer. What could that possibly be?
Presumably this is a place,
Could be.
or not.
Sleep.
No one goes to sleep, in the summer.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody
that's
goes
just
to
true.
Iceland
That's true.
in the summer.
Lots of praise coming in for Chris's primers series while we're working on this.
Yes, quite right too. Nobody goes to blank in the summer. So I want the missing word, the series it's from, who said it, and even an episode title if you can give it to me.
Zone 720,
Yep.
Tracy Island,
Ah,
Robert Monk,
Wales.
Wales. I mean, if you're going to go to Wales, I would recommend the summer.
Advises Welsh Tourist Board.
Nobody goes to the sun in the summer, says Patrick Collins.
Is it time to put them out of their misery?
No, make them have more misery first.
Because
Explosion.
no one is going to get this.
The moon.
Well, hang on.
Nobody goes to the
We've just had
Nobody
a
goes to the moon in the summer because
Yeah.
the ice is shorter.
nice
Ah.
cloud base. Carrot. England. Paris. Antarctica.
Well, Iceland, says Andrew
Or
Joseph.
in the suggestions.
Yeah, that's great.
Nobody's got it right so far. Let them have it.
It is, in fact, Madrid.
Madrid.
And that's the Countessa di Contini from the Protectors episode, The...
Tiger and the Goat.
Thanks.
In the avenues and alleyways.
Careful, because we'll have to pay MCPS otherwise.
Oh, Christmas number 1, right there.
I think they got it out of tune enough.
Probably right. Next up.
Here's your second. Looks like somebody gave him a real Saturday night blank.
Fever.
Careful, Lee. Fever, says Terry.
What?
Looks like somebody gave him a real Saturday night.
In. In's a
Well,
great
In
suggestion.
armour.
Tell me.
We're still getting locations in the comments, so we're still on the
Yeah, we just have to wait
previous
for it to
round.
catch up a
I mean,
bit.
they do sometimes nicely fit together. So let's see. There you go. There's one.
Moon.
Moon. Heart
Yeah.
and
Looks like somebody gave him a real Saturday night moon. It sounds like one of Lee's lights out.
Special fight.
Bent
It's,
over and there it was.
or fright.
What could that be?
Oh dear. Fright.
Yeah.
Fever, surely, says Rebecca Andrews.
No, it's not actually.
No, I'm afraid you're incorrect.
Shirt.
Kicking.
Oh,
Getting close.
We
We
do have a correct
yes.
answer here.
Yes.
A real sad night shirt.
Any final guesses from our special
Light.
guests?
Explosion. There's also explosions in Jerry.
I think we've all wanted one of those.
Nurse.
Looks like somebody gave him a real Saturday night beating.
Excellent.
Oh, so, you know.
Well done. And I,
That's Captain Blue from New Captain Scarlet, and the episode was.
Circus Major.
Is that like Marina
Social
Circus?
life does Captain Blue have? It's like a Saturday night beating. Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standard.
It's the one he wants.
Yeah.
So Andrew Clements got that
yeah,
right.
Andrew Clements, you will now receive some TV21 postcards. Not the ones that, in fact, maybe one of the ones that Lee Sullivan has graffitied.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So make his really rude.
And finally, have you ever known a blank to be otherwise, Commander? Have you ever known a blank to be otherwise, Commander?
Now, presumably that narrows it down, but there's not a lot of Anderson shows with commanders in.
Straker?
Straker,
Koenig?
that's one.
Sure.
Koenig. Sure. So we're, maybe half of them.
Was there a
Maybe
commander
half
in
of them.
Captain Scarlet?
Penguin.
No.
Penguin?
Penguin. What?
Sturgis Major is a real place on Mars, says Simpsons Clips 24.
Excellent. So, I think that's enough of those three, Jamie. Let's see the...
Oh, sorry. I forgot we were here. Ostrich.
Have you ever known an ostrich to be otherwise, Commander? No, it doesn't really have a ring to it, does it?
Not
Soldier.
yet.
Have you ever known a soldier, says Alex, to be
Soldier, good
otherwise?
choice. Mr. On.
No.
Fish.
Fish? No. No such thing as a fish,
Have you
anyway.
ever known Ernie's twin?
To be otherwise, Commander.
Well, somebody did say Morecambe.
Oh, I see.
He's working hard. He's working hard.
I think it's time we put them out of the misery now.
Well, the answer is Scotsman.
Oh, no.
And that's Jock from Fireball XL5. And the episode was...
Space Pirates. So I
Yes.
just noticed sausage came through there.
Sausage. Sausage. And that
So-
concludes this month's Blankety Blank. And a very special thank you to the marvellous Christelle for providing those for me.
Which is why nobody got them.
Yes.
Well
great.
done.
Yeah,
Chris.
excellent.
Now, Chris has also picked a winner for our very last Terrorhawks posted by Eric Chu.
Yes, because I noticed someone mentioned 3 or 4 times that they didn't have one and really wanted one. So, Danny Moy, if you can contact these gentlemen with your address or similar,
Yeah,
they get
send
that
it-
shipped out to you.
Send it to fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk. Give us your address, Danny Moy.
Yeah, congrats, Danny.
Yes. Now, I'd just like to open the floor to questions for our lovely guests. They've been sat over there very patiently. If you have a question for Terry Adlam of Terrorhawks and Dick Spanner fame, for Alex Bell from QI and No Such Thing as a Fish podcast, and to Lee Sullivan, I don't know what he does actually, but I'm sure if you've got any questions for him, he's very happy to
Scribble
answer them.
and stuff.
Yeah. So do just pop a question in the comments, and we'll see it in the fullness of time, and we'll ask them as we go along.
Yes.
Sounds right, doesn't it? And in
Yes.
the meantime, I just want to say, do send in your questions, comments, pictures of your cosplay, your merch, your toys
The
for the
more
next
better.
Fab Live to
Yes.
fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk, and we'll show them in February.
February.
Yeah, February.
Do you have a date yet?
No.
No. Bit early.
Tone has got to go. He says sorry,
Oh.
but he does predict that number 4 will be Fab in Fab or Fit.
Ooh.
Okay. Ross Patterson, I would like to say a special hello to the guests. Hello, Alex. Hello, Terry. Hello, Lee.
Hello.
I thought that was just for me then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what happens in this. Your egos build
Yeah.
up and then it's just dashed.
Oh, the star on the tree isn't looking right at the moment. Well, I mean,
Yeah, as much
How
as
do
we
you
can
how do you
manage.
know the rest of the room isn't tilted sideways?
Simon Jeffrey says, question for the guest. Right?
Okay.
Yes.
Come on
Just
then.
one.
Answering this.
Come on, Simon.
Let's do one more each.
Yeah.
Jen Whitby
Yeah.
for Alex.
Okay.
All right.
You ready for this, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
When QI eventually gets round to S&T,
Oh, I can do this one.
will there be a Stingray or Thunderbirds themed episode?
100%.
He's dying to do that.
I really want to. I did a Quest's like space themed one this year, and I wanted to put loads of Thunderbird stuff in, but it's just like it's all the legal stuff that's just like such a nightmare. But I really want to get some Thunderbirds things in. Yeah.
Yes.
I actually made a Thunderbirds themed trailer for my episode, which I sent you, but I wasn't allowed to put it out because
It was brilliant, though. It was fantastic.
It's so gnarly.
Great.
Simon Jeffries, explain the rules of Luton. There is no explaining the rules of
I
Luton.
live.
Yes.
I was born in Luton, and I can tell you the rules don't apply.
Great.
We do have a genuine question for Lee Sullivan of Luton there.
Oh, yes. I have a question for Lee Sullivan. How long does it take to do a big drawing? For example, a magazine cover, Lee.
Oh, well, I hope someone's going to offer me one and I can find out. Some of the big poster stuff, maybe up to a week, but usually try and crank them out in about 3 days. On here tonight,
Yeah.
considerably less
Yeah.
time than that.
Yeah.
What do you use like for to draw?
These days, I am a digital practitioner, so I use Photoshop and and a big graphics tablet, Wacom graphics tablet thing, Cintiq. Sorry, that's it. I just sit there and scribble away at that. But it's almost exact. They come out looking exactly the same as when I used to paint with acrylics and stuff like that, because it's the same person doing it, producing the same old tired stuff.
What do you prefer?
Over and over.
What do you prefer, digital or?
I love digital. I mean, you don't have a piece of artwork that you can flog off to unsuspecting fans, but the thing is that you're actually creating things with light rather than applying colours which get progressively darker. So you can fiddle around with things. You can you can correct things really quickly, which is a huge,
Rewind. Yeah.
yeah. Because the big problem, particularly drawing comic strips, was always that you would try and get a likeness, say, of when I was doing the Thunderbirds a strip for 5 years. You draw a likeness and it'd be just right, but the head would be slightly too, I suppose in Thunderbird's case, probably slightly too small for the body. And you say, oh no. And I used to have to go down to the estate agents down in my village now and get them to actually do photocopies just slightly smaller each time, 95%, 90%, 85%, and then bring those home and just stick them down over the piece of artwork, because it's very hard to capture a likeness, and if you try and redraw it, it's gone somehow. That's what I do these days.
Great. Carl Anthony Murray says, love Lee's art in the Rivers of London comics. Ashley Bell says to Lee Sullivan, have you been to Pinewood Studios? What's the strangest thing you've been requested to draw, says Martin. So have you been to Pinewood? What's the strangest thing you've ever...
I haven't been to Pinewood. Thank you for the comments on Rivers. I bought my copies of it.
Yes.
Only
Had to
today.
buy your own copies, yes.
That's right. And no, I haven't been to Pinewood. I'd love to, actually. Oh, that's a great idea. I hope to visit a studio soon. The other question was...
the strangest thing you've ever had to draw.
Oh, well, that'll be later on tonight, I expect.
You can win it. can't you?
Although, actually, that's right. I think one of the... I suppose the weirdest thing I had to do a drawing on, because in my other... that other thing, Doctor Who, you probably haven't heard of it. I drew a lot of Daleks, and I had to draw a Dalek on a Dalek once, which was kind of a strange thing to do.
Dalek on Dalek action.
Yeah.
Lauren Gradwell. Alex, how long does it take the elves to decide if a QI fact is good enough? Is it instant, or does it have to be repeatedly researched before being used?
We check it. It goes through 2 checks to check that it's true, but whether it's interesting or not, we have quite a ruthless script meeting where you put all your facts in a script, and then we have it's actually a very friendly meeting, and we all sit around and go through our scripts. But if you read out your kind of question and your fact, and everyone just kind of looks a bit awkward and takes a biscuit, and kind of, it's pretty obvious pretty fast that you're the only one who found that interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. That's where the phrase "taking the biscuit" comes from.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
He's taken the biscuit.
He's going to be fired unless he says something amazing in the next 30 seconds. Yeah.
And Mark Simpson Wedge says, here's a joke for you, Terry. Did you hear about the actor who performed in front of cannibals?
No, go on.
Apparently he went down very well.
Right, thank you.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's catching even across across the internet.
Great.
Porky the Butchery Boy, Lee, is one of the suggestions for the strangest thing you had to draw.
Well, it's certainly that was a lifetime ambition fulfilled, because I knew that Jamie has such a great love for that character that kind of express it in real 3D terms was lovely.
Ross Patterson, Alex, my brother Daniel watches your There's No Such Thing as a Fish podcast. Would you please say hello to him? And also, how did you get involved with QI?
Oh, yes, hello. I got involved because, well, it was basically out of school. I did this work experience. I was a massive fan of the show, and I kept writing in, asking if I could come and hang out, and they were like, "No, you're a child. We have a job to do." And then eventually, I think the year that I left school was the year that they moved here to London, and they had an office, and they had filing to do and stuff. So I started off on work experience and refused to ever leave. So
There was that child that used to come and see us.
Danny Moy says, I've never met Terry but would love to. And Ashley says, to Terry, what was your very first job with Gerry Anderson?
Very first job was in the art department on Terrorhawks, helping Pete Holmes and Bob Bell. And I was actually I was with another guy, it's called Paul or Philip or something. We used to build the sets for the puppets, and I was there for about for the first season, and then I moved to special effects. But no, I was in the puppet department and had a great time. And as I say, I think I've said it before. You know, when you see the zooids bouncing off and stuff like that, I think my fingers have been in it more times than most of the puppets.
Terry, Dick Spanner online comic, maybe? Please, 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 says Robert.
Oh yeah. Someone wants it.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, great.
We do have that nice comic art on various shirts and mugs, don't we, in the Gerry Anderson store?
Nice
which is
plug
quite
there,
nice.
Chris.
Yes,
Nice
yes,
plug.
yes.
Speaking of plugs,
Oh.
Joanna Hollis says, Richard, can I pre-order your book that's due out on the 10th of January, which is the third in the
what's
series,
this?
which is
What's
called
this?
Bowman the Yard?
Yes, that'll be the third book in the Bowman of the Yard series, my very popular series of books detailing the investigations of Detective Inspector George Bowman of Scotland Yard, all set in the year of 1892. No, you can't. No, you can't pre-order it. I'm not going to put this on pre-order. It's just going to be available to download and as a paperback from the 10th of January.
But can I just say, I've just finished my first novel.
Oh, well done, Terry.
I've always been a slow reader.
Oh,
Well, Scott
Terry.
says, I have a joke. I was meant to help I haven't pre-read this, so I don't know if it's rude or anything. So here goes, everyone.
Don't listen.
I was meant to help my mum take her dogs to the vets on Thursday, but she called me at the last minute saying that she had to reschedule as she was feeling a bit rough.
Oh, nice, Scott. Thank you. I think
you,
it's
Scott.
probably time we moved on, only because we're running out of time, not
Yep.
because of the quality of the jokes, to the thing that everybody's been waiting for.
Aidan Barkenbile, I used to play Banjo-Kazooie as a kid on the N64.
He loves Banjo-Kazooie.
It's
He's always
brilliant.
here telling us about it, but I've never played it, so there we go. Yeah, I know.
I know.
Do those
It's an age thing.
do those confused faces again, gents? Yeah. I feel the same. Great
What's that
quintuple
thing
take
called
there.
Julian Banjo?
No.
Oh, Terry. Right, it's time for Fab or Fib. Here we go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for
Fab or Fib.
Sack, please.
Right, excellent. So
right.
Here we are.
Thank you.
So we're going to do a bit of a shifty around now. You're going to see. Don't worry about Lee's black bag.
Do come.
Go on, shift over. So Chris and Lee are going to swap places. Lee's coming to join us because Lee is the
What a
artist
mover.
for today.
What casted you?
I know. The comfy chair, lucky you.
There you go. There's
Hello,
Lee
Lee.
Sullivan.
Hello. Right.
There's Lee Sullivan's ear, anyway, and shoulder.
Oh,
No, that's it. You're in. Now you're in.
I'm here now.
While Lee's settling in, Chris, we've had a request here from MacMan UK 1. Can you give us a blast of Unwinese?
Oh, terrible disastrous grade. No, folly, may miserum.
Very
Nice.
good.
Nice.
all right, isn't it?
Nice. Well done, Chris. Well done, Chris.
That's a man under pressure, that is.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
performed.
Nice done.
I can just do it.
No, I
I
thought
need
it,
some warning.
I thought it was beautifully done. So, Fab or Fib?
Well, just before we start, I just want to put on my own Christmas hat because this has been I've been working on this for a long time.
Right.
now.
Okay.
It does have a Gerry Anderson connection, but because it's Christmas, I wanted to be this to be my reveal.
Whoa!
Look at that.
It's
It's Christmas!
Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Wow.
what's the Gerry Anderson connection?
The Gerry Anderson connection, and it only came to me in a moment of desperation. I thought there's got to be a reason why I can wear this because it's a Christmas hat, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
Is that when Slade go on stage these days, they do it to a version of Thunderbird's intro music. So they have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Slade our go, and they all run on stage.
Brilliant. Well, that's
And
great.
go to Goodbye to Jane.
You'll be pleased to hear Hugh Morn says, love Chris's on my knees. Yeah, well done, Chris.
when they did the puppet series of Noddy, they called the puppeteer a Noddy Holder.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Fab or Fib?
These are getting worse by the minute.
Excellent.
Fab or Fib goes like this.
Yes, well, this is the part of the programme that everyone really tunes in for. I mean, it's just after 8 o'clock now. That tends to be when people join us for Fab or Fib. I'm going to give you 5 facts of the Gerry Anderson universe, and only one of them is true. Only one of them is Fab, and the other 4 are Fibs. And it's up to you to tell me in the comments section which you think is the Fab and which are Fibs. Now, you should know already that if you use your Fab early, you cannot use it again. However, if you get to the 5th one and you haven't used your Fab, you have to use it for the 5th one. It's quite easy, really, isn't it? Isn't it? Right. Now, for extra special Christmas greetings, Yuletide things tonight, Lee is going to draw us, instead of Jamie, the images that
The
I
things.
conjure with my mouth. So,
That's not the first time we've been asked to do that.
Lee, your hat has gone down very well with 3 people.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Ross says, love the hat, Lee. Steve Gould, Lee, hat, amazing, lol.
Simon Jeffries, nice hat.
It's even on the top. Look.
It looks like it reminds me of one of my favourite facts about when they went up to the moon during the Apollo missions. They left these laser reflectors that look just like that,
Yes.
so
Oh,
they
yeah.
can shoot lasers from Earth and measure like the exact distance and also prove that they went.
Well,
I guess. And they've discovered the moon is drifting away from the Earth at 5 centimeters a year.
And that's I'm getting that information
You're-
right now.
You're
It's actually
connected to
coming
it.
straight in here
Yeah.
through the
Someone
top
on the moon
ones.
pointing a laser.
Yeah.
It means we know where you are at any given moment, which is great. Patrick Collins said, can you explain that again, please? No, Patrick, you'll pick it up as we go along. It's really quite easy.
all
5
quite
facts.
straightforward.
Are they Fab? Are they Fib? Right, here we go. The first fact then. Did you know that there was a bitter rivalry between Gordon Murray, creator of Camberwick Green and other children's puppet shows, and Gerry Anderson? So much so that one day during the filming of the Christmas episode Give or Take a Million, Parker mysteriously disappeared from the Thunderbirds set, only to be recovered from Teddington Lock with a pair of weights tied to his legs. Is that Fab or Fib?
Is it me or does Lee look very reflective at the moment?
He looks very reflective, you're right. He literally is the man in the mirror.
Do you want to give that again?
There was a bitter rivalry between Gordon Murray, who was the creator of Camberwick Green and other children's puppet shows, and Gerry Anderson. So much so that one day, during the filming of the Christmas episode Give or Take a Million, Parker mysteriously disappeared from the Thunderbirds set, only to be recovered from Teddington Lock with a pair of weights tied to his legs. Is that Fab or Fib? Is it true or false? Fab or Fib? That's all I want to know. Fab or Fib?
Lauren has jumped straight in and said it's a fib, but what do our special guests think? Fab or Fib for this one, folks?
Terry.
Sounds like a bit of a Fib for me.
Bit of a fib, you think? So, okay, Terry. Alex?
I wanted it to be Fab because it's a great story.
Ah.
But maybe you've changed one detail about it to make it a fib. I don't know.
Sneaky.
Oh, I hate being on this side of the quizzing.
Yes.
I'm going to go a fib.
Yes. Remember, if you use your fab,
Yeah, I know,
you
I'm
can't
out,
use it
so
later.
I don't want to be out.
Chris?
Well, I don't think Parker was in Give or Take a Million.
Ah.
It might have been because
Yeah.
he wasn't around.
He was at the bottom of Teddington Lock.
Yeah, it has the ring of truth to it.
Great. Okay.
It could be true then.
Could be true. Well, Lauren thinks it's a fib. But
Let's
comments are frozen
reload
again.
the comments.
Lee's doing a fantastic job here, which we'll see in just a moment. I'll just recap. Was there, in fact, a bit of rivalry between Gordon Murray, creator of Cambric Green, and Gerry Anderson? And was Parker effectively kidnapped, only to be recovered from the bottom of Teddington Lock with a pair of weights tied to his legs? Now, that doesn't sound like a very Christmassy fact, but I have to say, they do all have a sort of a Christmas theme, tenuously.
The Christmas theme there was...
Give or take a million, the Christmas episode. So, while we're just reloading your comments, Lee, what do you have for us?
Where am I pointing this?
Oh,
it's
bit more
I
this way.
can't. No,
Bit more
that
this
way,
way.
that
Yeah,
way,
that's
that
it.
way.
That bit more forwards.
Okay, forwards.
Up. Look at that.
Oh, poor Parker.
Parker at the bottom of the river.
Well, this isn't going very well for you, Richard.
Oh.
Maria Gray, fib. Anthony Smith, fib. Macman UK, fib.
Okay.
There you
All right.
go.
All right.
Did you draw that with a Parker bet?
Parker pen.
Oh.
Great.
The Solar Engines, fibbity fib, fib, fib. Dalek 2150, fib. Mark Perkins, fib. It's pretty unanimous.
It's a pretty resounding fib. Okay, here's fact number 2. Space Precinct's Burt Kwok, who played Slick Ostrazi in the series opener Protect and Survive, which I'm sure we'll all remember, of course.
Oh, Slick.
Once had a Christmas #1 album of 1950s rock and roll classics called Rock Around the Kwok. True or false? Fab or fib? Did Space Precinct's Burt Kwok, who played Slick Ostrazi in Protect and Survive, once have a Christmas #1 album of 1950s rock and roll classics called Rock Around the Kwok? Fab or fib? Get drawing.
He'd forgotten he doesn't do it then.
I was so entranced by the whole thing.
What do we think at home? True or false? Fab or fib? Fib says Spanky's Magic Piano. Okay. Alex passed. Parker sleeping with the fishes. Yes, indeed. Fib says Keith. Fib says Katie. Lee's looking pretty sharp. So sharp E. Says Danny. Fib says Andy. Fib says Simpsons Clips 24. Fib around the clock says Richard Yelland. Fib says Chris Bate. What do we think, gentlemen? Did Burt Kwok have a Christmas #1 album called Rock Around the Kwok? Terry.
Because he was Cato, wasn't he?
He was
In
famously.
Mansfield.
Yep.
Oh, could do. What sort of songs would he have done?
Well, rock, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, it's helpful, isn't it? Really helpful tip there.
I don't remember him singing in any films.
Okay.
Oh, we did do Hey Little Hen, didn't he? Hey Little Hen, when? On the Harry Hill show?
Yes.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to save my fab and go for a fib.
You're going to go for a fib, saving a fab, Alex?
I think that Rock Around the Kwok is a joke of the standard of the people in this room.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
High praise.
I'll take that as a compliment.
compliment.
Also, he's probably never heard of Burt Kwok.
I didn't what you said in any of that.
Yeah.
Chris?
I think I'm going to say fib because if it were true, we'd be hearing it every Christmas.
Maybe, yeah. AC says, ask Terry how many Bond films Burt Kwok appeared in. Go, Terry.
2. Goldfinger and You Only Live Twice, I do believe.
Okay. Fib says Mark Perkins. Fib says Simon Jeffries. Fib says Simon White. Fib says Ben Page. I think Fab says Maria Gray. Could be. Right. Lee, what do you have for us?
I have Bert.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's fantastic, Lee.
With his creepers on.
Oh, if only he was still around, I would send that to him. That's really great.
Yeah.
Nice one, Lee.
Awesome.
Right, number 3. We all know Barry Gray from his
Hold up.
Whoa.
Patrick Collins says, can you explain again, if I don't use my fab by the last one, is it also automatically a fib? You've got one fab to use, Patrick. You've got to use it. So
Yeah.
if you haven't used it by number 5, you're automatically saying that number 5 is true.
That's
by
right.
default.
That's
There you
right.
go.
That's
Sorry,
exactly-
Richard, do carry
no.
on.
We all know that Barry Gray from his amazing musical contributions to the Anderson legacy. But did you know that he wrote the 1967 Eurovision entry, Puppet on a String? Called upon by his daughter-in-law, Sandy Shaw, to pen a Eurovision hit, Gray took inspiration from his recent work on Captain Scarlet and other Super Mario Nation series, and in subsequent interviews, Gray admitted to having penned the hit over Christmas lunch. So there's a Christmas link.
Yeah.
So, did Barry Gray also write the Eurovision 1967 entry Puppet on a String for Sandy Shaw, and did he pen it over Christmas lunch? Fab or fib? True or false? Let us know.
We know that Barry Gray came up with tunes just like that on the train, in bed, eating some toast
Over Christmas lunch.
over Christmas lunch.
So he was on a train in bed eating toast,
Totally.
and he wrote a song.
Totally.
Yeah,
No, don't worry
yeah.
about
If
that.
you could include all those elements, that would be great. It was
Yeah.
a sleeper service.
Yeah, Patrick Collins says, I've used my fab, so it's not a fib. No, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Fab says Katie. Fib says David Gadsden. Fib says my cat's dead. Still with us. Nice to have you with us still. I'm reserving my vote on that. Sounds viable, says Heather Ballard. Now, you must look at our Podster on Facebook group and have a look at Heather Ballard's amazing art, Lee, if you haven't seen it.
will
It's
do.
lovely. Definite fib, says Michael Horgan. Hey, gentlemen, sorry I'm late. Christina from California here. Hi, Christina Sales
Hi,
from California.
Christina.
Gentlemen, what do we think? Did Barry Gray write a Puppet on a String over Christmas
Over
lunch?
Christmas dinner. See, if I was writing a song over Christmas dinner, it would be called something like Puppet on a String Bean. So I'm not quite sure.
Yes, of course it would.
Was he related to Sandy Shaw?
So, well, father-in-law, so the fact would have it.
Yeah.
Extreme fib, says Richard Yelland. Fib says Willow. Fib says Steve. I'll go fib, says Ross. Fib says... I mean, they're all fibbing all over the place here. Alex.
Is it the whole thing we're voting or just the bit that you wrote over Christmas lunch?
It's the whole thing.
The whole fact.
Yeah.
The
You've
whole
got to-
thing
you've
is
got to
so
swallow the whole thing.
Unbelievably specific that
Yeah.
I don't think it could be a fib, so I'm going to use my fab.
You're right.
Oh,
Alex is
fab.
going fab on this one. Along with Emma Nichols, who's also going fab. But Everett Grabowski goes fib. Maria Gray says fib. I'd say fib, says Stuart as well. Chris, what do you think?
I think I'm going to say fib on that one as well.
Yeah,
Go for a fib, so you're still saving your fib. Very good. Lee, what do you have for us?
I have if someone-
Without the shoes on.
without the
Oh.
shoes. Sandy Shaw famously went bare feet,
Yeah.
and there she is on strings. I wonder if one day.
All right, Lee. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Puppet on a String Bean, that's a real turkey, says Andrew Clements.
Thank you, Andrew.
No clue if I'll be noticed amongst a flood of people, but hope you're all having a great time just peeking, says Oscillation.
Yes, thanks, Oscillation.
Yeah,
Hello.
thanks for dropping by. Hey, why not stay? Well, I mean, it's up to you.
Robert Hill, Barry Gray, FAB.
Okay.
I suppose that means fab, really.
Yes, absolutely. Just checked the CD of Sandy Shaw. Haha, mega geek, says Michael Horgan. Okay, well, right. Number 4. Ready for this? Terrorhawks Windsor Davies spent 2 days in hospital following a set visit to the Terrorhawks studio whilst providing the voice for Sergeant Major Zero. Having discovered he was allergic to Sistar's wig, whilst filming the Christmas episode A Christmas Miracle, he was treated for acute anaphylaxis in Wexham Park Hospital, thus ruining his family Christmas. Oh,
Poor Windsor.
fab or fib? Was Windsor Davies allergic to Sistar's wig, which put him out of action for Christmas, a family Christmas? Did he miss out being in hospital at Wexham Park? Fab or fib? I don't know. I mean, I'm just offering it up to you. Fab or fib? True or false? What do we think?
Terry, presumably you would have been
Well,
aware of this going
yeah,
on.
exactly. And the story sounds very, very familiar.
Oh,
Um,
you've only got...
I'm going to use my fab.
You're using your fab.
I've just.
You're in an advantage. You live through
Great.
it.
Well, so
yeah.
great. Gary Hodgkinson is using his fab.
There's a lot of fabs.
Roger's saying fab. James Beach fib. Christina Sales fab. I think I'm going to say fab also. Fib. I hope says Andrew Clements. Fib says Peter Dernan. Fib. I've used my fab, so it's fib says Steve Gould. Well, fair enough. Simon Jeffries thinks it's fab. Mark Simpson's wedge thinks it's fab. Joseph Karras also thinks it's fab. Alex, what do you think? Windsor Davies
Well,
allergic to a wig.
If I wasn't on camera, I'd lie and pretend I haven't used my fab, but I've used it up, so it's fair.
Has to be fib. Chris.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure that the Terrorhawks voices were recorded at the same studio and it was made at. So I'm
Right.
going to say
Okay.
The puppets were about. I
Uh,
don't know.
yeah.
It's
When the voices
long
have been
time
recorded,
ago.
so I'm going to say fib.
You're going to say fib, okay. Alongside David Phillips and Robert Hill. Oh, I don't know, says Joanna. Fair enough. But Alex Barr says fab. Fab says Nick McCarty. Fib says Steve Rogers. 1 fib, 2 fib, 3 fib, 4 fab, says Stephen McElroy, just in case we're in any doubt at all. Scott McClicky. 1 to 3 fib, 4 fab, 5 fib, says Scott. Right, well, he's spent his fab as well. Lee, what do you have for us?
It's a sort of riff on Wins Davis in his other guys. Oh God, I keep getting that wrong.
That's
there
it.
you go. And he's chewing out a couple of zeroids.
Great. Heather Ballard says, I'm going to fab that one. See you guys in 2020, says Benny Pearson. If not before then, till then, singing Wish You a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Speaking in advance, that is, bye just now. Okay, thanks, great.
Merry Christmas!
Now, our final fact then. If you haven't spent your fab,
Now's the time.
this has got to be it, isn't it?
Yeah.
If
By
everything-
default,
Yeah.
you
So,
said it's true.
Number 5. 1958's Tortry the Battery Boy, whilst popular in the UK, was an even bigger hit abroad. Aired in 1971 to 73 and renamed Pilly Bebek, the Battery Doll, it was the first TV serial to be shown in, appropriately enough for our Christmas episode, Turkey. Fab or fib? 1958's Torchy the Battery Boy, whilst popular in the UK, was an even bigger hit abroad. Aired in 1971 to 73 and renamed Pilly Bebek, the Battery Doll, it was the first TV serial to be shown, appropriately for our Christmas episode, in Turkey. Is that fab or fib? Is that true or false? If you've used all your fibs and you still have a fab left, well, this has got to be it. If you've used your fab already, well, this has got to be a fib. But
Yeah.
what do we think?
Heather Ballard says, nope, fib, fib, fib. Lauren Gradwell agrees, fib. Mark Simpson Wedge says fib too. So does Gary Hodgkinson.
Right.
But Danny Moy and Stephen Needham both
Yeah.
say fab.
Do they?
But what do our special guests say?
Terry?
That's ridiculous. I would say fib.
Fib.
Yeah.
Oh, what was your fab again?
My fab
Last
was
one.
about Windsor Davis.
I can't remember. Alex, you've spent your fab.
Oh, yeah.
But let's imagine you hadn't. What would you think of this
No,
one?
a fib. I don't really know what's going on at this point.
No, I know. It's all a bit avant-garde.
Actually means Alex has got into the spirit of things.
Chris, fab or fib?
Well, I haven't used my fab yet,
Ah,
and I can't believe I'm going to throw my weight behind that little abomination.
Right.
I'm going to say fab.
got to be a fab from Chris. Okay, great.
Okay.
So, was 1958's Tortry the Battery Boy the first TV serial to be shown, appropriately enough for our Christmas episode, in Turkey, renamed Pilly Bebek, the Battery Doll? Lee, what do you have?
Oscillation and Keith Roberts say it's a fib as well.
Okay.
Gordon Lee, what have you got?
Okay, well, this is a Christmas image.
What's he doing to that turkey? Oh, riding it.
He's stuffing it.
This was a family-friendly show. Thank you very much for watching. Speaking of which, Spanky's Magic Piano is a fib.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Yeah. Was that Andy Devine says 1 fib, 2 fib, 3 fib, 4 fab, the Windsor Davis, and 5 fib. Okay, mind made up, says Joanna. Fab says Simpsons Clips 24. Fab says Jack Williams. Fib says James Pilson Wordfield. Fib says Murray Mackay. Fab by default. There we are, says
Okay.
Steve.
Do you want to just quickly go back through while Lee
Right.
shows us
Find them
each
again. We'll have a
relevant-
quick
okay.
recap.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1, was there in fact a bitter rivalry between Gordon Murray, the creator of Camperwick Green, and Gerry Anderson, which resulted in Parker being found in Teddington Lock? Did Space Precinct's Burt Kwok, who played Slicker Strozzi in Protect and Survive, also have an album, number 1 at Christmas, called Rock Around the Kwok? Did Barry Gray pen the Eurovision classic Puppet on a String over Christmas lunch? Did Tara Hawkes Windsor Davies spend Christmas in, I was about to say prison, but I mean hospital, because he was allergic to Sistar's wig and had an anaphylactic shock? And finally, was 1958's Torture the Battery Boy a massive hit in Turkey between 1971 and 1973, renamed Pilly Bebek, the Battery Doll?
We all love Torchy here.
Yes, there we go.
That's the design for next year's Christmas job.
Great, so it's time to whittle them down.
Whittle them.
Whittle?
I said whittle
If
them
we could
down.
whistle them, that would be
Whittle.
even better.
So, okay, let's take a look then. Well, I think it's pretty obvious that Space Precinct's Burt Kwok never did have a Christmas #1 album called Rock Around the Kwok, which is such a shame. I might keep that picture, Lee, if I may, because I think that's rather lovely. There was, as far as I'm aware, no bitter rivalry between Gordon Murray, the creator of Camberwick Green,
Shame.
and Gerry Anderson.
Great story, though.
Tara Hawkes Windsor Davies, to my knowledge, did not spend 2 days in hospital after going down with anaphylactic shock because of Sistar's wig.
Just shows you what I know.
Shows what you know, Terry.
Terry
Adam.
knows nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
So it's between Barry Gray writing the Eurovision Song Contest entry, Puppet on a String. Alex, was that yours?
That was mine, yeah.
Alex said Fab for that one. It's between that one and Torchy the Battery Boy being hugely popular in Turkey. Well, I'm afraid to say, Alex, that Barry Gray did not write Puppet on a String for Sandy Shaw's Eurovision entry. So that means that the winner tonight, the Fab fact, was 1958's Torture the Battery Boy was a huge success in Turkey, aired between 1971 to 73. It was, according to TV Heaven website, the first TV serial to be shown in Turkey.
Wow.
There.
Amazing.
Great. And that, ladies and gentlemen, both here and at home, marks the end of this month's Fab or Fib. Well done, everybody.
Probably for the best, though.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best.
And we shall never speak of it again.
Yeah, so lots and lots of people who got it wrong there.
Yes, of course they did.
Lots of
That's the whole point.
Surprised people.
Yes.
Is that James Pilsonwood keeping score of himself?
Oh, is he?
He's got 3 right and 25 wrong so far.
Brilliant, well done.
Hugh Morn, I was wrong with my Fab.
Oh dear,
that
how
was
sad. Never mind. Move on.
Robert Plant got it wrong as well.
Yeah.
Lots of people did.
Yeah, I don't win anything. I never win anything, says Anthony Smith. What a shame, isn't it?
Oh,
It is.
poor
What a
Anthony.
shame, yes.
But I did see somebody here. Simon White.
Oh, yes.
You are the winner of one of Lee's graffitied postcards.
Great.
Please email us in fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk. Send us your address and we will send you some goodies.
Well done, Simon. Congratulations. was
should
easy.
Should we give somebody else one as well?
I mean,
Go
There you go.
on.
Nick Y
Okay.
on YouTube. Nick, also, if you drop us a line, fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk, we will send you one of Lee's grubby postcards.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Very highly sought after.
Nothing to do with Jamie Anderson's stuff and Jerry's stuff.
Yeah. So
Seeing it is interchangeable now.
What?
that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm done.
if anybody's got any last minute questions for our special guests, then please send them in.
Ross Patterson, great impression of Windsor Davies, Richard James. I mean,
Lovely boy.
No. Stop all that nonsense.
Yeah.
Yes, do send in your questions.
but at least Lee is a great artist, says
Yes.
Steve Gould.
Lee, they were absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
We should probably pick it. I mean, I would quite like a couple of those as well.
Yeah,
We should
yeah.
let somebody have at least one of them.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah. Who's been an interesting contributor this evening?
My cat's dead. My cat's dead on YouTube. Send us your postal address to fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk
Sandy Shaw.
and we will send you this picture of Sandy Shaw from her 1967 Eurovision entry, Puppet on a String, as imagined by Lee Sullivan. My cat's dead on YouTube. Send us your address and we'll post that to you.
Perfect. Oh, Nick Y says, "Oh my God, thank you so much. That's really cheered me up. I'm
there
having
we
a
are.
sad month."
Oh,
There you go. Well, sorry about the sad month, but very
Yeah.
happy to cheer you up.
yeah.
That's marvellous.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Nick. And Lee's signing the Sandy Shaw, even now as he speaks.
Perfect. Ross Patterson says, "What is everyone's favourite Christmas song ever?"
Oh, I can answer that.
Go on.
I'm not
then.
going to sing it, but my favourite Christmas song ever is Nat King Cole's "O Night Divine."
Oh,
There, that surprised you, didn't
I
it?
know, I'm shocked.
Lee?
Well, what could my favourite
I
my favourite Christmas song be? Merry Christmas, Everybody by Slade,
course it
obviously,
is.
1973. I'm about to be, if anyone's in Hoddesdon, which is somewhere near Luton, I think in a couple of weekends' time, I shall be singing it with my band.
Will you now?
They are letting me out, and that's what this is.
Oh, that's going well then.
My mirror's come off.
Oh, a
Didn't see
disaster.
that coming. Jamie, favourite Christmas song?
The Darkness, Don't Let the Bells End.
Yeah, love it.
It's
Oh,
wonderful.
Yeah.
Special
Terry.
guests?
I wish it could be Christmas every day. Roy Wood and Wizard.
Oh. Alex?
I'm tweeting an advent calendar of my favourite weird Christmas songs every day of December, actually. But I think I will pick Lady Gaga's cover of White Christmas.
Great. How can we find you on Twitter and follow that?
At Alex Bell.
Great. Chris?
I think Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh, Fairy Tale.
I'm singing that as well.
Yeah, great.
Nice.
that's
Just while
Christmas,
we're on
yeah.
our special guests, if you want to follow Terry on Twitter, he's at Terry Adlam. Alex is at Alex Bell. Chris is at Chris Dalek.
Yeah.
At Lee Sullivan Art.
Could be.
Richard N. James.
I'm Jamie Anderson.
Done. There you
Good
go. That
night.
was easy, wasn't it? Mayday 51 is upset that nobody likes mistletoe and wine.
Oh, well, sorry.
We were chatting about him earlier on.
We
weren't
were, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aidan Birkenball's favourite is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right.
Maria Gray's with you, Lee. Slade is best.
Mm-hmm.
Christine Sales' dad is a Supercar and Thunderbirds fan. Are we going to have any more Supercar merch soon? We just had something out, didn't we? Or did I imagine that? No, that's Fireball. Yes, there's something Supercar coming quite soon.
Great.
So yeah, you can look for that. Who wins Parker, Gary? What a great question.
Right.
Who does win Parker?
Well, yes, Parker as Spock that Lee very kindly provided for us earlier.
So yes, this is Lee's interpretation of, what was it again? Leonard Nimoy dressed as Parker cosplaying Spock.
That's right, yeah.
That's the precise thing there. Who else have we had who's been a lovely contributor to our evening, Richard?
Come on, Jamie, I'll leave it to you.
Okay, I'm doing a quick random scroll.
You
I'll
are?
just stop it somewhere.
Yeah.
Here.
The
Yeah.
old random scrolls.
Sure.
Should we give it to Spanky's Magic Piano?
I think we should. There's a phrase I never thought I'd hear.
There you go. Spanky's Magic Piano on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you would like it, you are the winner of this thing that Lee has created. fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk, send us your address and we'll send it out to you sometime this week or early next.
Yes.
I think that's it, isn't it?
I think that's it.
If you have not yet visited the Captain Black Friday sale, you've got about 4 hours until it closes. No, that's wrong. 3.5 hours. Doesn't time fly? And then all the deals are gone and everything will be horrifically expensive.
And it'll be a lifetime of regret.
Yes.
Which of the two T-shirt designs is winning at the moment? Because that battle is still ongoing. Isn't
Oh, yes. So between Captain Black and Captain Scarlet, I can tell you that one of them is winning by 3 shirts. Yeah, over the other. Yes, it's not 3-0. It's two 3-figure numbers, and one of them is 3 ahead of the other.
Peter Dunn. Now, everyone asks every month, Jamie, is there anything you can say about Firestorm?
Nope.
There you go.
It remains. In fact, there was a possibility that we were going to be able to say something rather marvellous, but then it got delayed. So there we go. It's always the way.
Yes.
There you go, Peter.
Yeah,
There's your exciting
great.
news there.
Yeah.
Chris Bates says, have a lovely Crumbo, guys.
Yeah.
Mark Perkins congratulating Spanky there on
As we all,
his
I
win.
think. Congratulations,
Parker
Spanky.
is so cool.
Yeah, great.
Right, that's it, I think. So we're going to go and have a curry.
Yes.
Thank you
Christmas
so
curry.
much to our lovely special guests for joining us. They've
Thanks
been
for coming.
brilliant. Well
Thanks
done,
for
special
coming
guests.
to join us.
I
Please.
just got to go off to buy a present before we go for the curry because I've got a friend who's a window cleaner and a part-time spiritualist. So I'm going to get him a squeegee board.
Oh, great. Merry Christmas, Terry.
And on that bum note, I was going to say, Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you very
Yes.
much for joining us every month all this time and sticking with us for, throughout Terry's jokes. And we look forward to seeing you in the new year in February for Fab Live 30.
Wow. Yeah.
Goodness me.
See you next year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.